Most people say they want change. They don't. They want relief, validation, or escape, not transformation. Change is something they admire from a distance, like discipline, honesty, or freedom. Close enough to talk about, too dangerous to live. People think they resist change because it's hard. That's not true. They resist it because change attacks who they think they are. Real change doesn't ask, "Can you improve?" It asks, "Are you willing to let an old version of yourself die?" And most people are emotionally attached to their current identity, even if it's miserable, because it's familiar. Pain you recognize is less frightening than a future you can't predict. A bad habit is known. A bad relationship is known. A bad routine is known. Change introduces uncertainty, and uncertainty removes excuses. If you change and fail, you can't blame the past version anymore. So people stay stuck, not because it's good, but because it's explainable. They want new results, without new behaviors, without new risks, without social friction. But change is consequence. It costs approval, familiarity, comfort, old relationships, old narratives. That price is rarely stated upfront, which is why people romanticize change until it becomes real. Talking about change gives the brain a small hit of resolution. It feels like progress. That's why people plan endlessly, talk about starting, announce intentions, consume self-improvement content. Discussion replaces action. The mind mistakes articulation for movement. So nothing changed, but it feels like it might. Some people hold on to their problems because the problem provides identity. It gives sympathy, moral leverage, an explanation for failure, protection from expectation. Change removed that shield. If the problem disappeared, so does the story that justified everything. So the problem is preserved. Advice assumes people want solutions. They don't. They want confirmation that their hesitation is reasonable. So they listen selectively, not for what challenges them, but for what excuses delay. That's why advice circulates endlessly and action remains rare. When you change, you no longer fit the version people recognize. You break patterns, you disrupt expectations, you create distance. Most people would rather stay miserable than be misunderstood for a while. So they adapt to the role they are known for, even if it suffocates them. Change forces one brutal realization. No one is coming to save you, and no one is stopping you either. That level of responsibility is heavier than most people admit. So they wait for motivation, for confidence, for the right moment, which conveniently never arrives. People don't avoid change because they are lazy. They avoid it because change exposes the lie that they were trapped. It reveals that staying the same was also a choice. And that realization is harder to live with than the life they complain about. Most people don't actually want to change. They want life to change around them while they remain familiar to themselves. Because real change doesn't just alter your situation. It strips away the version of you that needed excuses to survive.